The right landscaping can add beauty and value to your home, as well as reduce your energy costs. Did you know that the proper placement of just 3 trees will save the average household between $100 and $250 each year? That's according to computer models devised by the Department of Energy. They also estimate energy-efficient landscaping can provide enough energy savings to see your return on your investment in less than 8 years. Consider these tips from the Department of Energy.
One of the most important locations to plant trees when saving for energy conservation is on the east and the west sides of your homes. Trees planted in these locations during the late morning hours and early afternoon hours can shade your home and help lower those cooling costs. Some of the best locations to plant trees for energy conservation purposes are on the south sides of the home and on the northwest corners of the home, where the hot afternoon sun in these hot summer months are the most intense. Other locations would be around your driveways and parking areas in your home. This can lower the cooling costs by shading these areas by up to 36 degrees. It can also lower the temperatures in your parked cars by 47 degrees when they're properly shaded. If you have any questions or would like more information about this, please call the number that is listed on your screen.
Landscaping can save you money all year. Carefully positioned trees can save up to 25% of a household's energy consumption for heating and cooling. An 8-foot leaf-shedding tree, for example, costs about as much as an awning for one large window and can ultimately save you hundreds of dollars in reduced cooling costs. Yet, it still admits some winter sunshine to reduce heating and lighting costs. Here are some planting tips to help you get the most bang for your buck. Xeriscape is a unique way to landscape that can save water, time, and energy.
A major part of getting a xeriscape landscape is planning and design. It's important that you give some careful consideration to the area you're going to landscape. We'd like to select plants and trees and other plantings, even turf grass, that we know will be a good use of plantings that will require less water in times of water restrictions. In choosing plants and trees, it's important to choose trees and bushes that'll not only supplement your landscape but provide shade. It requires the plants to use less water, and therefore saving water in your landscape. Generally, a xeriscape landscape requires irrigation through means of direct watering to the plants, such as drip tubes or bubblers, that requires less water hitting the air and broadcast over areas which we typically wouldn't need to water. One important part of a xeriscape landscape is the use of mulch. Mulch is an important part of the landscape because it keeps the ground cool and requires the plants to use less water. It's important to know that while your landscape is being established, those trees are growing and those plants are growing, that there is some maintenance, but once that gets established, you'll have less maintenance than you would in a typical landscape.
These principles can be applied to new landscaping as well and can save thousands of gallons of water a year. A xeriscape landscape can lower your water consumption, limit time spent on maintenance, nearly eliminate lawn mowing, and take full advantage of water and rainfall. Also, when water restrictions are implemented, xeriscape plants tend to survive easier than traditional plants. The Central Utah Water Conservancy District has a long-standing interest in helping its residents find economical solutions to water conservation challenges. With the help of Utah State University, the Bureau of Reclamation, and other professionals, The district has been assembling tools to make it possible for homeowners to plan their landscapes with long-term water, time, and material savings in mind. Landscaping Life Cycle Cost Analysis, or Value Landscaping, is now available on a web-based program for general use online at vle.cuwcd.com. Visitors to the site can insert their own landscape dimensions, the types of plants they want to use, and the amount and type of hardscape they want. The program will then crunch the numbers and display total costs for a 20-year lifetime of the proposed landscape. There are lots of ways to reuse old materials in your landscaping plan. For instance, at the Provo Smart Home, the old concrete will be used to create a beautiful new sitting area, among other things.
This pile of concrete behind us we're going to turn into a patio, somewhat similar to a flagstone patio. This way we don't have the used concrete put back into our landfills. We can put them back into our landscape.
The soils may be in bad shape if old concrete has been removed or old landscaping torn out, but there's a do-it-yourself solution to get your yard in tip-top shape for your new lawn, trees, and shrubs.
Today we're working with a product called Axis Soil Conditioner. Axis is native in the mountains of Nevada. It is a microscopic porous rock that allows for nutrients and microorganisms to get into the rock, and what you do is you take your existing soil and you add about 70% existing soil, 15% Axis, and 15% of a supplement, of a compost type supplement, and you rototill that into the top 4 to 12 inches of the soil. And what it does is it introduces this product, and it's now mixed in with our native clays, and it allows for better oxygen to the roots of the turf and the plants being planted. And so in a residential application where you don't have access for big dump trucks and things to bring things in, and this is a bagged product, it can be spread by hand, and you just simply need a rototiller to apply it. So we've taken old, cracked, not very attractive hardscape, put new concrete hardscape in, but recycled and reused that old hardscape in more of a water-wise landscape and a better environment for the homeowner.
There is technology today that takes the guesswork out of how much water we place on our yards, whether we use a hose like many of us used to do in the old days, to the latest and greatest technology that takes the guesswork out of how much water to apply. Here at the Provo Energy Smart Home, we have and are installing products that will help you conserve in the areas of water resources. A smart clock, for instance, is installed that helps take the guesswork out of how much water to apply to our plants or shrubs or lawn. A drip line is going to be used, which will target water to specific plants and not waste it in areas where there is no plant growth wanted or desired. And then spray heads will be used as well, and these spray heads will be specifically engineered to keep water pressure at a certain pressure, lower pressure, to minimize and eliminate water misting.
The district has called on the expertise of Northland Design Group to plan a landscape for this home that will use the principles of value landscaping to its best advantage. Not only have great design elements been used, but choices have been made to take into account the neighborhood, the family's outdoor living needs, and overall family resources savings. The site design for this small cottage house provides a variety of outdoor spaces using colors, textures, and materials to bring to life this previously dilapidated site. Overall, the site addresses sustainability by starting from the ground up. The existing soils of the site were compacted and lacking in needed nutrients. Through tilling the soil and providing needed amendments, the groundwork was set for a dynamic landscape. Water-wise plantings surround and accent site elements such as dry steam beds, raised and ground level decks, an overhead shade pergola, and reused concrete stepping stones. The concrete stepping stones were saved from the old demolished driveway and were placed carefully under an existing large walnut tree surrounded by ground covers. In addition, Appropriate amounts of drought-tolerant lawn were located in the sunniest part of the yard, sprinkled by a water-efficient irrigation system. The site is a model of energy efficiency and conservation, while providing the user with a beautiful outdoor space. You can have a lot of fun designing a beautiful landscape for your home. Look at all your options and decide what's best for your lifestyle and budget. But no matter what type of landscape you choose, design it with energy efficiency in mind. Rebates are available for homeowners and larger water users within CUWCD to purchase and use equipment that is proven effective in conserving water.